K-Fabe Haid Radio with my review of WWE NXT for April 16th, 2024. The show kicks off with Dijak versus Noam Dar. Dar using speed and striking to avoid Dijak early. Dijak with a springboard clothesline to gain the advantage. He then tosses Dar out of the ring, overhead violently. They go commercial, back from break. Noam is Dijak in a knee bar. Dijak gets out of it, lands 6 chops in the corners and throws Noam Dar halfway across the ring. Dijak huge choke bomb for a near fall. Noam attempts 3 fisherman suplexes until he finally hits one. Is it me, or have there been more fisherman suplexes in the last 2 weeks than there have been in the last 2 years? Roman Reigns hit one, Maxine Dupree hit one, now Noam Dar's hitting them. Anyway, Dar on the floor hits a forearm drop kick to the steps on Dijak. They trade strikes and have a double down. Distraction by metaphor leads to a Noam Dar spinning heel kick for the surprise upset. Very surprising, to be honest. After showing Dijak had in the North American title match, the Stand and Deliver, and everything else he's done, I thought he was in line for a push, and all of a sudden he loses to Noam Dar. It's nice to see a surprise every now and then, though. I just hate the fact that it came at Dijak's expense. Good match overall, though. Very good opener. Get the crowd going early. Up next, Lola Vice versus Sol Ruca. Ruca counters a sleeper into a side slam. Hits a power slam followed by a standing moonsault for 2. Super kick to Lola. Ruca ascends the top rope, but Blair Davenport knocks her off the top rope. Lola with a kick in the 3 count. Quick match. It's just to further the Sol Ruca Blair Davenport stuff. They will fight next week, I believe, at Spring Break-In. So this match was basically just to set up that match. Up next, Joaquin Wilde versus Ridge Holland. Twisting crossbody and dropkick sends Ridge to the floor. Holland back in the ring knocks Wilde out of the ring with a lariat. Ridge hits a headbutt and overhead belly to belly. Wilde charges at him and gets pounced. Holland powerbomb attempt countered into a DDT. Joaquin then hits a chin breaker and a neck breaker. Ridge takes a powder to the floor. Wilde charges with a dive and he's caught. Holland hits a power slam on the floor after catching him. He rolls Wilde back in, hits a variation of a DDT for the victory. Another quick match. This whole Ridge Holland retired thing didn't last long. He's beaten Joaquin Wilde on NXT television, so okay, cool. There's something happens in the back. I don't know. Brindley Reese annoys me. Didn't really pay attention. Andre Chase and Thea Hale discuss the towel tossing and seemingly make up as Thea Hale apologizes. The D'Angelo family's in the ring. The No Quarter Catch crew interrupt. They talk about how they asked the D'Angelo family to take out the garbage, which is clearly in reference to the whole Drew Gulak situation, as he's not there for the Quarter Catch crew. Yeah, they talk a little bit longer, and then a brawl ensues. So that's probably going to lead to a multi-man match there. Up next, Ilya Dragunov has an open challenge, which is answered by Levon Evans, the newest member of the NXT roster. They trade kicks early. Ilya hits 2 very violent and fast snap German suplexes. Chops Levon hard many times. Evans recovers with a series of kicks, and the crowd is really liking it. They are rocking. Hurricane Rana attempt by Evans countered into a Dragunov powerbomb. Inside out lariat follows for a 2 count. Series of counters until Evans hits a standing Spanish fly. Springboard attempt from Levon's countered with a stiff forearm, and a running knee follows for a near fall. Could have been over there. Almost thought it would be. Evans with a huge dive to the floor. This guy gets a lot of air every time he takes off. Splash back in the ring. The Dragunov counters, hits a Death Valley driver into the corner, and his falling elbow finisher thing. Just wow. Fast-paced match when it was non-stop. It was over. Honestly, it was over too quick. But wow, really good match for the middle of the show here. Very nicely done. Up next, Tatum Paxley versus Thea Hale. Paxley looks really creepy and does some flexibility. Shows her flexibility. Yes. Thea with a couple arm drags. Backbreaker gets Tatum the advantage. A mounted choke into some unique finisher. I thought she was still choking her, but if you look closely, her hands are more like on her cheeks. It ended up being kind of weird looking, actually. Belly to belly and senton from Hale. She goes for a moonsault, but JC Jane sweeps her leg. Paxley rolls her up for the win. Post-match, Hale and Jane battle to the back, and Lyra attacks Tatum in the ring. Once again, just another quick women's match to set up future women's matches. Yeah, including this match where they cut to the back and Roxanne says those two are going to fight each other. Haha, no one can challenge for my belt. When Ava announces that she will actually defend against both Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley next week. Up next, AOP versus Blade and Anafi. Pop up into a Death Valley driver in the corner shows AOP's strength. Pure dominance. It's Blade and Anafi get next to no offense. AOP wins with their double powerbomb thing, where they run the two guys into each other and then plant them both. Yeah, another quick match. AOP clearly back. The tag champs come out after the match. And they kind of have like a stare down, so it's leading to that. I wouldn't be surprised AOP wins those belts. Yeah. Next match here. Ivar versus Josh Briggs. Great evasive acrobatics by Ivar early. Cartwheels and float overs and stuff. Really, really good for a man his size. Very agile. Back and forth as they counter each other's power moves. Tour the islands, and then a Tiger Driver by Ivar for a near fall. You can't believe it. Briggs with an awkward looking slam and even weirder looking gutbuster afterwards. Ivar rolls outside of the ring and regroups. He hits a spin kick on the floor, knocking Briggs down. He rolls Briggs back in, hits a moonsault for the win. Quick match, gets Ivar over. It's weird that the guys that have challenged for the North American title are losing matches now. I really thought this would be like a stepping stone for them to move up, but apparently they're stepping back. Ivar gets the win. He will clearly challenge Obafemi at some point for that North American title. They show a group of referees building the steel cage for the main event. They announce it's pinfall or submission only, no escape. I really wish they would move Trick Williams to the main roster, so I don't have to hear Booker doing this, what? Yeah, I like it, during his entrance. It's really, really annoying. Anyways, the main event, Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams in a steel cage. Stand off early until Trick hits 3 scoop slams and a drop kick. Mello with a backspring forearm to gain the upper hand. One of his security handed him a billy club through the fence. He proceeds to beat down Trick with said billy club as we go to commercial. Back from break, Mello is now dominating. I don't know where the billy club went, and it doesn't make a return to the match, so it just sort of disappeared. Might have been like the old video game where if you use it too many times, it just vanishes. Yeah, anyway, Mello runs Trick into the fence a few times. Trick gets the advantage with a middle rope rock bottom. 2 side kicks and a flapjack by Trick. He runs Mello into the cage. Mello counters, hits a DDT, codebreaker, and running knee. Both men are now down due to previous damage. They go to the top rope and ram each other against the cage, which actually looks broken in that one corner. Like it's coming apart, not secured properly. Anyway, Mello's security gets involved by trying to climb the cage, but Trick fights them off. One security member does enter the cage, though, through the door. He has a steel chair. Trick knocks him back to the floor. Mello now has the chair. The Trick ducks when Mello swings it. The Trick hits the Trick knee into the chair into Mello's face for the 3 count. Really entertaining match. It was quick. I think it was only like 10 or 12 minutes in total, but it was fast paced and it was good. For what it was time wise, I think it might have actually rivaled their Stand and Deliver match, because that match sort of disappointed me. This I was entertained by. It is free on WWE's YouTube channel. I would recommend. Like I said, it's only 10 to 12 minutes, so you're not losing a lot of time there by just watching it. So yeah, overall this was a decent NXT. Ivar Briggs, Dragunov Evans in the main event. Those were all pretty good matches. All the women's stuff furthered other women's stuff, so the match quality might not have been there, but it adds to stories. So yeah, overall, pretty good NXT for what it was. And this has been my review of NXT, April 16th, 2024. And this has been K-Phase Hayes Radio.